Hello, YouTube and Facebook and wherever this may show up. Today, I want to talk about a serious topic, and that is death and the afterlife. What is it that actually happens to you when you die? The short answer is no one really knows. And people who say they know don't know. That's actually a ancient proverb. Those who say they know don't know. And we don't. I have my beliefs, but beliefs are not necessarily facts. But I tell you how I view it. You live once, and then you die, and then after that, we don't know what's going to happen. I believe that we do go to our ancestors. Um, I have been in touch with people on the other side, and it's been validated from other people also. People who have been telling me that a certain relative has been trying to contact me, and I would see one psychic that would tell me that, and another psychic who doesn't really know me that well and who don't know my situation would tell me that the same Pacific relative has been trying to contact me, which I find very, very interesting. So I do believe that when we do die, we do see our loved ones once again, and I do believe that we become ancestors. And I do believe that if you live a good life, then afterwards that is reflected in the afterlife. Within the craft, we believe that we come back. Um, I would like to come back, but not necessarily here on planet Earth, because planet Earth has a lot of problems. Planet Earth has a lot of issues. I would like to think that there are better things ahead rather than this realm of existence. Um, but then again, I took a another approach too, and that is immortality. One of the great books that's written by Anne Rice is a book called Blood and Gold, and it's talking about the vampire Marius and the fact that he's been around for I can't remember how long, but hundreds of years, and he's one of the ancient ones rather, and basically he walks the earth and he's a historian. He basically writes the history of mankind because he's experienced it. Of course, he's been biting people and feeding off of them, but at the same time, where some vampires would get bored and end it all, walk out in the sun or whatever, he chooses to be a historian. And at one point, I can't believe if it was actually in this book or another book, they ask him, well, what makes you want to continue on? And he basically says, I just want to see what the humans are going to do next. Very excellent book. The story of Dorian Gray is also fascinates me too, and the idea of being immortal definitely is of interest. Um, so if that is possible, if there is a fountain of youth somewhere, I'm willing to take it. At least live for a couple thousand years. I think that would be great, even though it would be this realm of existence. But I do believe that there's something bigger and better than this. But the thought is, what if this is it? What if there's no life after this, and we all just go into oblivion or whatever? Well, as a musician, one of the things that I'm going to do is put out as much music as I possibly can. those of you who know me know I'm about to start my music career. I'm very excited about that. I just bought a new amp, bought a new guitar, so I'm about to get that going. But my goal is to put out as much material as I possibly can, and then when it's my time to go, those of you who are my friends, or those of you who are interested or a part of what I'm into, can remember me from uh, the music that I leave behind, and also these videos that you guys watch. Um, hey, that's how you live on. That's how you become immortal. One of the things that I do is I wear T-shirts of people who I admire that have passed on. Hence the Jimi Hendrix T-shirt. You know, they say if you say the name, you know, they are still alive. You know, they're still around. You know, in one form or another. So that is a form of immortality in and of itself. Like I said, no one really knows what happens when you pass away. There's all kind of speculations. There's one book, I can't remember the author. I think his name is Moody, something similar to that. But he came out with the book Life Afterlife. I watched they had like a special on that not too long ago, and I believe he was on Oprah a while back. You know, he gives accounts of people who have died and who have come back, and you know the stories that they tell, which is great. You know, I tend to live life the here and now. I try to do I try to live the best life I possibly can. I am Epicurean by nature, which means that I like to enjoy the fruits of life. I like to eat well. I like to have fun, and when it's my turn to go, you know, hey, like I say, I got my kicks. And that's the way I view that. And if this is all there is, then I will live on in my music, in my videos, in my photographs. You know, that's how I will live on. That's how I will be remembered. So it's sort of like, hey, you know, if I pass away, say my name, and you say my name, you help keep my spirit alive. And I would say your name too. If I know you, I would say your name also. And that's how, on a very basic level, that's how we become immortal. Leave something behind that people can remember you by. You know, if you're a musician, you make a lot of good music. If you're a painter, paint something that people will remember you by. Think of the Mona Lisa. A lot of the great paintings. People can remember you by when you pass on. You know, think of all the great statues they have in Egypt of the pharaohs or the Nisibitis that they have. You know, think of the Sphinx. You know, Haru and Maketi. Think of all of those great statues that they have, and the pyramids also. You know, the pyramid builders. Those were done thousands of years ago, and we still have them. You know, and we still can remember the pyramid builders. We keep them alive that way. You know, we have statues of Ramses. We have the sarcophagus of King Tut, Tutankhamun. We still have these things, so we keep their memory and we keep their ka alive by remembering them by saying their names. And again, this is a form of immortality. So, but like I said, you can't really prove any of this outside of your personal beliefs. You can prove it to yourself, rather. You know, I'm pretty convinced that there is something after this, but I would never try to tell somebody else, this is what happens when you die, or this is what you should look forward to, or this is what's going to happen, anything like that. I have my ideas and my beliefs, and I do believe that we do go to the ancestors, and I do believe if you live a good life, and if you care about people and you respect people, that after death, then something wonderful will happen. And on the contrary, I believe if you're a jerk, then maybe your death won't be so great. People will be glad that you're gone. And I know a couple of people like that. It's like adios, sayonara, hasta la vista, whatever. All right, so that is my take on life and death and the afterworld and whatnot. I look forward to one day being with my ancestors. And hey, I never met Jimi Hendrix in this lifetime, so maybe I will get an opportunity to meet him and jam with him. Do they have Fender Stratocasters in the afterlife? Well, I hope so. That would be kind of great. you know, hang out with Jimi Hendrix, or sing a song with Janis Joplin, or dance on stage with Jim Morrison. Hey, the 27 Club. I'll be right there with them. Kurt Cobain and all of those people, all of the greats that passed away, Prince, David Bowie. I would look forward to going to their shows if they give concerts in the afterlife. I would look forward to seeing them in the future. So anyway, that's my take on things, and interested in hearing your take also. All right, until next time, love is the law, and as always, peace and Uncle Jocelyn.